Well, what's going on, guys? Today in this video, I'm gonna break down how I actually got six-pack abs in 6 months. Okay, so I'm gonna go through my full breakdown. Now, everybody gets lean and everybody wants abs for different reasons. Okay, for me, I went through a crazy breakup where the girlfriend I had at the time, 2, 3 years ago, she literally had a baby, while we were together, and came back to me, and I thought it was cool, and then 4 or 5 months went by, and she texted me, "Oh, I'm in the hospital. Why? I'm pregnant. What? Oh, we can't talk. We can't talk no more." Boom. So that's how my story. That's how my villain arc started. Just to give you guys a quick outline. Okay. So everybody, had abs for a reason, and I just wanted to prove that to myself that I can get six-pack abs. So it was that pain that fueled my passion. Okay. So yeah, man, watch this video, man. This will kind of understand you guys that many times you would need a reason why, and that was my reason why, because I didn't feel good enough at the time, so that's what got me to the best shape of my life. Okay, so let's dive into it, man. So, but this video is not for you if you have these qualities, man. If you want abs without putting in the work, click away, okay? Because getting abs do require effort. You will have to take a hella effort, okay? So if you want to put in effort, keep watching. Okay, if not, click off. Okay, so if you can't commit to 12 to 16 weeks consistently of putting yourself first, this is not for you. Getting six-pack abs, you have to put yourself first every single day. If you can't do that, this is not for you. Okay, so if you want to keep your current lifestyle, if you don't want to change up anything, if you want to keep living the same life you're living right now, this is not for you. Okay, getting abs will require your lifestyle to change just a bit between those 12 to 16 weeks. Okay, preferably you're gonna change for the better, but all change is uncomfortable. So if you're not ready to be uncomfortable, then this is not for you. Okay, so if you're already below 12% body fat, most likely you have abs. So you don't have to watch this, but if you are, I appreciate you guys for watching. And if you don't have an emotional reason why this video is not for you, remember I brought up earlier why I really got abs, how I really got abs, is because I thought I wasn't good enough. Because why? My girlfriend literally had a baby with somebody else while we were together. So that was my emotional reason why I thought I wasn't good enough. I thought I wasn't shit. I was in the lowest points of my life. So I had to prove to myself that I can do this shit. Okay, so I want you guys to have an emotional reason why as well. Okay, so let's dive into it, man. So here's my story, man. Here's the real reason I got abs. So I went into it a little bit, and like I said, my girlfriend at the time cheated on me, had a baby with another man. Doesn't get any lower than that, right? So I realized I wasn't in the best shape of my life. So I wasn't. I was in decent shape, but wasn't in the best shape of my life. I was putting up things off, putting everybody else first, neglecting myself. I was a shell of myself. I was cooked as a man. Cooked. You can see in the yellow shirt, I was cooked. Look at the person next to yellow shirt with the shirt off. I was cooked. Even though I could see my two pack, I was still cooked. So I wasn't in the best shape of my life at the time. So after that traumatizing event, I made a choice. Put myself first every single fucking day. That's what I did. So I needed to see how far I could push my body and mind. Okay. So I pushed my body and mind for those 12 to 16 weeks, and that's how I got abs. All right. So the six pack abs wasn't about looking good. It was about proving to myself I can take the worst moment of my life and turn it into a strength. That's exactly what I did. So compare me to the top section to me to the bottom section. Me in the bottom sections when I really locked the fuck in and put myself first. It changed, but after it changed my body, my whole demeanor changed, my whole mindset changed. I was so just rock solid, stoic. I was never emotional after this day. After that day, I was never as emotional ever again. That shit broke me to a different core. Okay, so this is what I want you guys to realize, that you will need an emotional reason why. So if you're going through pain right now, a breakup, you just lost a loved one, you just something happened to you emotionally, the best thing you can do is get in the fucking gym and get abs. That's the best thing you can do. All right, because it's so painful. Okay. Okay, so if you guys seen some of my content already, if you're ready to dive in and work with me one on one, you can click that link in the description to help guys, just like you get six pack abs and even get below 15% body fat. I know a lot of guys just want to get below 15% body fat, but if you're already 15% body fat and you want abs, click that link down in the description. Okay, let's dive in it, man. So here's the 3 misconceptions about abs. Okay, so misconception one is you need to do hours of cardio every single day. That's a lie. You don't have to do hours of cardio every single day. Okay. Number two, you have to fast or cut out all carbs. You don't. You actually would need carbs to get abs. Okay. Number three, it requires some crazy secret technique. There's no secret technique. It's just systems locking in every single day, being disciplined, and being consistent. Okay. So in reality, if you stick to a simple, sustainable system for 12 to 16 weeks, you will get abs. Okay. So I'm gonna break this down in this video. Okay. So I'm gonna go through my 5-step system I use with my clients in 10x Mastery, and you guys will get that exact system in this video right here. Okay, so the first pillar we're gonna talk about is training. Okay, training is the first pillar we're gonna discuss. Okay, so training. Here's the mistakes. Okay, here's the mistakes that guys make when training. Okay, they think doing endless ab exercises is going to get them, abs. 200 crunches a day, planks till failure. You think more ab workout equals visible abs, but you cannot spot reduce fat. Okay, you cannot train your abs to a point where you're just going to get 6-pack abs. No, there's a system, there's a balance to it. Okay, only cardio, no weight. So think about this: doing cardio for hours, trying to burn fat, but you're also burning muscle as well. So remember, the less muscle you have, the slower your metabolism will be. And when you have a slow metabolism, you cannot burn fat at the rate you need to burn it. You're always going to be, being in the calorie surplus if you're not burning calories. Okay. And next is no progressive overload. So using the same weights for months, your body adapts fast. If you're not getting stronger, you're not building muscle, you will not have abs. Okay? So remember, you need to lift weights. You need to be in the gym lifting weights. You want to strength train and train for hypertrophy. So you want to train for strength and train to build muscle, as well as training your abs as well. So you have to do all three. There's no one rule fits all. You need to do all three. And while you're doing all three, you need the progressive overload week by week by week as well. Okay? And last but not least, training 7 days a week. So thinking rest days are for the week, but abs are built when you're recovered, not during your workouts. Okay? So you must have the proper recovery. Many guys can get abs training 3 to 5 times a week. If you really want to get abs if that's your only goal is to get abs, you can get abs training 3 to 5 times a week easily. Minimum three times a week. As long as your diet is locked in, you can get abs just training 3 times a week. So you don't need to train every single day if your goal is only to get abs. Okay. So here's the solution. Okay. So here's what happened for me. I switched to compound lifts and strategic cardio. So at first, for me, when I was looking to get abs, I was literally training like a power lifter. So my background was in powerlifting. I competed twice. I did pretty well. It was for fun, but it taught me a lot. And when I was training for powerlifting, I wasn't at my leanest, obviously. So I was really training and maximizing my strength, power, and muscle. Okay, so I would do that. I wouldn't even do cardio, and I was getting stronger. I was getting built, but I had a little bit of a high body fat problem. So I was like, man, what am I doing wrong? So I did a lot of stuff. I was running, I did ab workouts, this, that, and things wasn't working because I cut off my compound lifts. So when I added compound lifts, body weight lifts, and cardio, that's when I got in best shape in my life. When I combined it all. Okay, so I did 4 to 5 strength sessions per week. This is me. I did this for me. So I did squats, deadlifts, overhead press, and bench press as well. So I trained 4 to 5 times a week. Okay, and I did compound movements. Okay, and I had 2 to 3 cardio sessions every single week. Okay, so 30-minute sessions for me. I like the Stairmaster, so I'll do the Stairmaster 2 to 3 times a week for 30 minutes, as well as I would get my 10K steps in per day. So I have an Oura ring, so I track my steps every single day. I was tracking my steps with I think back then I had Apple Watch, but I had 10K steps a day. I made sure I got 10K steps in a day while doing 2 to 3 cardio sessions a week. Okay, and I only did about 10 to 15 minutes of direct ab work. So at minimum, I would do two per week. So I would do 2 ab sessions a week, only focus on abs. Sometimes I would do 3, but minimum I did 2 every single week where I just focus on abs, doing like burnout to failure, and really doing supersets, trisets. Pretty much being super intense with my ab training. Okay, so this is what pretty much helped me get abs when I first got them to 12% body fat. Okay, so that was training. Next, we're gonna dive into nutrition. Okay, nutrition. This thing everybody else makes a mistake. So this is the biggest mistakes with nutrition. Okay, so The first thing is eating way too little. 1,200 calories is starving yourself. You lose weight fast at first, but then your metabolism crashes and you start binging. Everybody had that problem where you on your diet for 3 to 4 days, and then Friday comes along and your coworker brings in some pizza, some donuts, and ice cream. Then you just say, "Fuck it, I'm just gonna start eating." And then you eat, you have one, then have two. Then you get home, you have a little bit more food, and it becomes a big ass problem. Okay, but it's only because you are eating too little. You're starving yourself in the first place, so you have to stop starving yourself. Okay, it happens to the best of us. Okay, so next is cutting out entire food groups. So no carbs, no fats, no sugars. It's so restrictive. Like you can't sustain it for more than 2 weeks. So I don't recommend guys doing no carbs and no fats or bullshit like that. Like I'll show you guys the solutions, but ideally you want to have a balanced nutrition of whole foods. You want to get your fruits in, your vegetables in, your protein, your carbs, your fats. You want to have a well balanced, array of everything. That's the goal, right? Next is not tracking anything. Okay, so you're eating clean but having no idea of what actually in your calorie deficit. So guessing that will not work. You will have to track your food. If you want 6 pack abs, you have to track. If you just want to lose 5 pounds, 10 pounds, okay, you don't have to track. But if you want to get 6 pack abs, you need to track every single day, every single thing you eat. Okay, down to the sauce, literally. Right. Next is weekend warrior syndrome. So like I said before, you're perfect Monday to Friday, and then you blowing 3,500 calories every weekend. You blowing up for that much calories. So you're undoing 5 days of work in 2 days. So if you're locked in for Monday to Friday, and then Saturday, Sunday, you have a day where you eat 3,000 calories, 4,000 calories. You're drinking alcohol, you're doing this on that. You just fucked up your whole progress for the week. So you got to think about that. Your weekends count too. Your weekends is part of your personal development too. So you have to be smarter on the weekends. Okay. So here's a solution. Okay, so this is one of my clients, my guy Robert, bro. He lost 26 pounds in 5 months for working with me, and this is exactly what we did. So what I did specifically is I ate in a moderate deficit with foods I actually enjoyed. Same thing Robert did. Like Robert's Jamaican, he loves Jamaican food, so he was having his own like Jamaican food, but we just tailored it to where he can have his food, the food he enjoy, while still losing weight. Okay, so that's exactly what we did. So what we did for Robert, man, is we calculated his maintenance calories. Okay, this is how we did it. So we created a 300 to 500 calorie deficit. This is the formula. So you calculate your body weight times 10 to 12. 10 to 12 is going to be your deficit. That's deficit range. Okay, so you want to do a minimum of 180 to 200 grams of protein per day. Robert weighed 220. So for him, 180, 20 grams of protein was perfect for him. So this you want to maintain this formula. Okay. He ate carbs, he ate fats, he even ate desserts. But all he did differently is he tracked it. Think about it. If you track two Oreos is like 120 calories. Literally, 2 Oreos is 120 calories. I didn't know that until I tracked it. Once you start tracking your food, you'll know exactly how much bullshit you put into your body, especially in desserts. You know that for a fact. And what we did is we had one refeed day per week at his maintenance level. Okay, so this is where he would eat back at his maintenance. So let's say your deficit is 1,500 and your maintenance is 2,000. So you would have 6 days you eat at 1,500, and then you have that one day you eat at 2,000. You don't go over that maintenance. You stay right there at 2,000. Okay, and this will help you, maintain that balance in your dieting. Okay. So next is mindset. Okay, mindset. So these are the mistakes a lot of guys make with the mindset and kind of thinking, what's going on? This is why guys fail. Okay, so you're expecting results too fast. You win abs in 4 weeks. When you don't see them in by week 3, you quit. This is not a sprint. Getting abs is not a sprint. It's going to take 12 to 16 weeks, 3 to 4 months of consistent effort. Okay, every single day. Okay, all or nothing thinking. One bad meal and you think you ruined everything, so you binge the rest of the day. Perfectionism kills progress. For me, for example, like if I get up in the morning, I wake up like at 8 or 9, or like if I wake up late, like my old self would have been like, "Oh man, I'm up late. Forget. I'm not gonna go to the gym. I'm not gonna do this. I'm not gonna do that. I'll just fuck off everything." So same thing with you guys. You guys might have a bad meal. You miss breakfast or might work too late and can't make dinner, and you guys say, "Oh fuck it, I'll just get some McDonald's on the way home," or "Fuck it, I'll just get some bullshit on the way home." It's like you have to literally get that all or nothing thinking out your mindset. Just because you don't have the perfect meal on hand doesn't mean it's all fucked, it's all over. No, you have to make something out of nothing. So you have to find solutions to your problem. Missing one meal doesn't mean you binge eat for the rest of the day or rest of the week. Okay. Next is comparing yourself to others. Someone got abs in 8 weeks. Why is it taking you longer? Everyone's starting point and genetics are different. So the majority of guys, it's going to take 12 to 16 weeks to get abs. 5% of guys, it might take them 8 weeks. The other 5% of guys, it might take them 20 weeks. But majority, you should see results in 12 to 16 weeks. Ideally, though, you do not want to compare yourself to somebody else's journey. You want to take what they've done, the good and bad, and learn from it. But your journey is your own journey. So it depends on like your starting point, your genetics, how consistent you are, how long you've been training. It depends on a lot of factors of why you're losing weight or not losing weight. So you really have to understand that don't look at somebody else to wonder why you're not lean. All right, look at yourself. Okay, so outcome focus versus not process focus. So you only care about, do I have abs yet, instead of, did I hit my calories? Did I train today? The process creates the outcome. So stop focusing on, do I have abs yet? Instead, ask yourself, did I hit my calorie goal for the day? Did I hit my protein goal for the day? Did I work out today? Did I get my steps in today? Ask yourself questions like that. That's going to help you, make sure you get the outcome you want. It's about checking off your task, which is, what I just mentioned there. Okay, very, very important, right? And this is the same thing me and my client Easton did as well. So we committed ourselves to the progress. To the process, not the timeline. All right, the timeline don't mean shit. So we committed 16 weeks minimum, no matter what. When he came on to work with me, he said he's gonna lock in with me for 4 months, 16 weeks, and we're gonna get that shit done no matter what. And he was committed. Okay. So what we did is we measured progress weekly. So we measured our weight, we did photos, we tracked our macros daily. Okay. So we measured our progress, something we would do every single day, every single week. Okay. And we understood that abs show a different body fat percentage for everybody. So somebody like Easton, he might have to be 13% body fat to see abs. Somebody like me, I can see my abs like 15%. Other guys can see the abs that they won't see the abs until like they're at 10%, 12%. So it's like I said, it's gonna be different for everybody. So once you understand that your process, that your body is your body, like your timeline is your timeline, then we can compare you to you. We're gonna compare your week 1 to your week 16, or your week 1 to your week 8. That's how we know you're making progress, okay? Not by looking at everybody else, okay? And all we did is we focused on, am I being consistent versus do I have abs yet? So we will look at this data. We will look at his progress. We will look at his macros, okay? We will look at, is he hitting his goals every single day, every single week? So the only way you'll get results like Easton is if you track your progress every single day, and if you reframe your mindset from, do I have abs yet, to, am I being consistent, or am I consistent? Am I locked in? Am I tracking everything I got to do for that day? Okay, so once you figure that out, bro, you're gonna be fine. But that's the biggest deal breaker a lot of guys have. Okay, so we just covered mindset. Next, we're gonna dive into habits. All right. So these are the mistakes a lot of guys make with habits and not building good habits and falling off. Okay, so you're relying on motivation. Okay, you work out when you feel like it, but motivation fades by Tuesday. Right, you need systems, not feelings. Your feelings are gonna change every single day, guys. You gotta realize that. Like, you and your girlfriend might have an argument. Something might happen to yourself at work, or someone might push you off. Your feelings change hourly. So your feelings not going to get you abs, but your systems will. You're going to end up having a bad day and being at McDonald's like this guy. Some of you guys probably hit McDonald's today. Let's be honest. Some of you guys probably said, getting abs is too hard. You guys gave up. So you got to understand that. Next is, you don't have a set schedule, so you're training whenever you have time. This is bad. Means it never happens, or it's not consistent. If it's not scheduled, it doesn't exist. So you must schedule your workout time in your calendar. You must have an alarm for your workout time. You must know every single day around the time you're going to train. Like, if you want to train at, let's say, 12 noon during your lunch break, and you had a long day at work, are you just going to fuck off that day? Or you're gonna find alternatives. This is what we do in my program. Like, of course, every day isn't gonna be perfect. So if you miss your workout time, What's your plan B? What's your plan C? Can you go work out after work and go to the gym? Cool. If not, can we do something at home where you can, let's say, do a push up, do an ab routine, or even go on a quick walk? Maybe your body is just cooked that day. Maybe you got to stretch and go on a walk. So it's all about finding ways to adjust when plans go awry. Okay. So next is you're trying to change everything at once. You got a new workout plan, new diet, new sleep schedule. You got a new girlfriend. you got a new bad habit. All on Monday you trying to start this new thing every single Monday, and by Friday everything's fucked. You quit everything, overwhelmed. It happens to me. I have ADHD, so ADHD happens to me all the time to where I've overwhelmed myself so much to the point where sometimes you gotta sit down and say, okay, let me start one thing at a time, build this. Perfect. I got this down pack, build this. I got this. This is why it's so hard for guys to get in shape because they got to handle this, handle relationships, handle work, handle family, handle this, the traumas, the problems, motivation. It's so much shit that they got to focus on that they crash. This is why many guys can't get in shape. And this is what I help guys do. I pretty much put everything into a system where they can follow it and not miss a beat. Okay. And last but not least, no accountability. Nobody knows you're trying to get abs. When you skip the gym, there's no consequences. You let yourself off the hook too easy. Hey, a lot of guys don't have that accountability system. Even they don't have that person they work out with the gym together. They don't have a workout partner. So if you miss the gym, nobody's on your ass. You might be the guy who somebody has to be on. Somebody might have to watch you every single day to make sure you lock in. You might be that guy. You might be the guy that, hey, yo, you work out today, or text you work out today, or I didn't see you didn't work out yet. Like a lot of you guys will probably skip the gym if it wasn't for accountability. So and I know that's very, very important. I know it's why many people quit. They don't think it's gonna harm. It's not gonna harm nobody, but it's gonna harm yourself. That's the problem. Okay, so this is my guy Brian, man, and we built a non-negotiable daily habit system, man. This is how he was able to get six-pack abs. All right, so we created something called the 5-5-5 method, okay? And there's 5 goals, 5-step morning routine, and 5 daily non-negotiables that we put on his task every single day. Okay, so we log our food before we eat. Okay, so when we're tracking our food, we don't want to eat it and then track after. No, we want to track our food before we eat it. So if we got to make changes, we can always add more food or take away more food. So you want to log your food before you eat it. Preferably, if you have a system to where you know what you're eating every single day, you can log your food the day before and then just follow the plan. You can say, okay, I'm gonna log my food for tomorrow. I got everything I need. I'm gonna just log everything here so I can just grab and go, and that's it, and just follow a system. That's the idea of it. Okay. Also, 10K steps daily, non-negotiable. You want to be active every single day, no matter what you do. If you're not in the gym, if you're doing boxing, Muay Thai, playing basketball, if you're doing cycling, that's cool. Bike riding, that's cool. So you just want to make sure you being active, getting your steps in every single day, ideally. Okay. And for me specifically, waking up at 4:30 a.m. For you guys, you can wake up before 6. It's ideal, but for me, even today, I woke up at 3:30 today. I woke up early as hell today. So waking up at 4:30 for me, well, 4 o'clock is really a non-negotiable for me. But before 6 a.m., it's definitely non-negotiable. That's no way. I feel like shit if I don't wake up before 6. All right. And like I said before, we do weekly photos every single Monday morning. Okay, so this is something that me and my guy Brian, we instilled in his program directly. This is the habits I gave him every single day. Of course, his 5-5-5 method was more different, it's more personalized for him. And you guys will be something like this as well. Like 5 goals, you have 5 goals you want to accomplish within a 12 to 16 week period. 5-step morning routine, the 5 things you do every single time you wake up in the morning. The 5 daily non-negotiables. It can be like work stuff, relationship stuff, fitness stuff, nutrition, mindset stuff. So we'll come together and make that a plan. So this is what you want to kind of aim for, as well as for your daily accountability. Okay. So that was habits. And last but not least, man, let's dive into systems. Okay, systems. So these are the mistakes that a lot of guys are making with this system specifically. Okay. So they have no time management system. So you wing it on your days. So no calendar, no schedule, just reacting to whatever comes up. So your workouts get skipped because life got busy. But you don't understand how many times I've been through the times where I had to work at Safeway and I didn't get off until 11 o'clock at night. And I should have been up in the morning to work out, but since I wasn't tracking my time, since I wasn't tracking my schedule, I was always putting off working out because I'd be like, oh man, I get off work late. But bro, you had the whole morning time to work out. You know, and it's like in my head, I'm thinking I don't have time, bro. I had the whole morning to work out, and I fucked it off 'cause I didn't have a time management system, right? So no plans for bad days. Like I said earlier, one stressful day and your entire routine falls apart. You miss the gym, order takeout, and you spiral for the rest of the week. Just because you had one stressful day, or you miss one workout, or you have one bad day eating, the best thing you can do is get back on track the next day. Like the best thing you can do is just forget about that bad day and get back on track. Like when you play baseball, this is why baseball helped me out so much because baseball is a game of failing. Like remember, if you hit the ball 3 out of 10 times and get on base, that's good. Like if you fail 7 out of 10 times, that's still good. In baseball, that's good. If you succeed 3 out of 10, that's good. 30% batting percentage in baseball is good. So baseball literally planned me to say, okay, you're gonna have some bad days. You know, in baseball, you're gonna have a few bad games. It's fine. Shake that shit off because one day you're gonna have a good ass game. The good days outweigh the bad days. Trust me. So same thing with this, bro. And like in this, all you gotta do is in your bad days are not like groundbreaking, earth shattering. They're just bad days. You know, just hop on the train the next day and get back on track. You know. Next is you have no personal rules or boundaries. You say yes to everything, okay? So other people's priorities become yours. You have no non-negotiables, so everything is negotiable. Like I said, the 555 method. The 555 method is for you guys to put yourself first the first thing in the morning. So the first thing in the morning, you have a list of exactly how your life is going to go that day. This is why you have a calendar. If you don't have any free time in your calendar, no, I can't take this call right now. I can't take this bullshit call. I can't hang out. I can't. My calendar's packed. I'm loaded. I can. We can schedule something later, but right now, and I can't answer the phone. I'm locked in. So you guys have to start setting boundaries and have personal rules for yourself. Okay, and no system for staying consistent when motivation's gone. So when you don't feel like it, you just don't do it. No backup plan, no accountability, no framework to push you through. You just don't do it. And that's what I'm thinking about creating a group cohort for you guys as well in 10x Mastery, so you guys can work together inside of 10x Mastery. Let me know if you guys would want that. But I think that will help a lot of guys out to have accountability partners with guys inside the group, so that they can push themselves, post their wins, post their progress to get everybody going. So a lot of guys are missing that community aspect. I see a lot of times that helps me out a lot too. I'm in a bunch of communities where we push each other in fitness, business, and everything. So that's part of the process. Okay, so this is my guy Luther, man, and we built a lifestyle system that makes fitness inevitable. Like literally, he's just, believe it or not, he's the same weight in this photo, but think about it, he's less body fat percentage in the right and more jacked. So we got him lighter and jacked and more jacked. And all we did was we managed his time with Google Calendar. He was an engineer working like 10 hours a day. And we had to time manage his time inside Google Calendar. Okay. And also we had a bad day protocol for him. So we know exactly, okay, if he can't work out in the morning, we had a plan A, B, and C. So we had 3 different things he could do if plan A failed. That's the idea of a bad day protocol. So a bad day really isn't a bad day because we have backup plans for your quote unquote bad days. You know, and we created his my personal rules. This is like a part of his 555 method, but it's something specifically I made for my guy Luther because guess what? He literally had a lot of people, calling him, texting him, demanding job. He had a new girlfriend. He had a family to take care of. So he needed his non-negotiable rules to put himself first for the first part of the day. So this is what a 555 method helped him out a lot, a lot. All right. So here's an example. I don't skip workouts. I don't eat food I didn't plan for, and stand on system when you don't want to. So when you don't skip workouts, when you don't eat food you don't plan for, you're going to stand on system even when you don't want to. When you want that cheeseburger, when you want those curly fries, that milkshake, you look at your meal plan. You say, what am I going to have on Wednesday? If that shit don't say milkshake, or if I don't give you the okay to hey, go grab a milkshake, you're good, then you're not going to eat it. You're going to stay on plan. That's the key with having personal rules and non-negotiables. You stand on plan even when you don't want to. Okay? So think about it. The external pressure keeps you honest. It kept me honest. Like when I joined my first mastermind, the pressure of everybody doing well kept me fucking locked in. Everybody posting content, everybody making money, doing this, doing that, getting in shape. I'm like, damn, I gotta get in this. I gotta lock in. So I'm like, shit, everybody else is winning. I gotta win too. That's the external pressure a lot of guys are missing. Are missing as well. All right. And last but not least, bro, tracking your systems and keeping score, keeping a scorecard of exactly what's going on every single day, every single weekend, every single month. All right. That's exactly what we do inside of 10x Mastery. Okay. So now you understand. Here's how I can help you. Okay. So like I went through all this because this is something I do with my clients inside of 10x Mastery. Okay. We focus on guys getting the best shape of your life, level up their mindset, habits, and their system. Okay. So you want to build confidence as well as get the girl you want. If you're struggling with dating or want to get back in the field, the first thing you gotta look at is how's my physique, how's my confidence, how do I feel about myself? Okay, that's exactly what we do in 10x Mastery. So if you want to get 6-pack abs, if you have 50% body fat and want to get lower than 50% body fat, you want to get visible abs, click that link down in the description, man. If you're ready to join the team and lock in with a one-on-one free roadmap call, okay? And on that call, we'll see if we're a good fit. We'll run through your situation, what you're going through now, your trial tribulations, and how I can help you further. Okay. So hope to see you guys in the next one, man. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let's get it. Let's go.